Huge news, New York Jet fans. It appears the New York Jets will franchise tag Breece Hall. What does it all mean? What's next? What deadline just started today? We have all those answers and more. Boy Green Daily starts right now.
I'm going to lose my gosh darn bananas. Boy Green Daily starts now. Zoinks!
Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. Let's go!
Put your seatbelts on. Get ready for the ride. We're the freaking New York Jets. We're built for this shit.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Paul Eston Jr., a.k.a. Boy Green. I'm the New York Jets digital reporter for Heavy.com. Welcome to Boy Green Daily, a daily New York Jets video show, also available wherever you find your podcast. Make sure you guys get involved by liking the video on YouTube as soon as you come into the room. Also, vote on our YouTube poll. It appears likely that the Jets will franchise tag Breece Hall. And whether do you agree or disagree with that decision? We're going to go through all the different levels of this thing. We're going to explain it all here on the program. We have more details in the article in the YouTube description down below. So we'll be doing that here on the program. Hello, everybody. Again, I'm Paul Eston Jr., a.k.a. Boy Green. This is a New York Jets video show, also available wherever you get your podcast. Here it is. This is the latest from Zach Rosenblatt of The Athletic, who dropped this story this morning. Perfect timing ahead of Boy Green Daily to give you guys the latest information. According to Zach Rosenblatt of The Athletic, quote, the winds have been blowing in the direction of the Jets franchise tagging Breece Hall since the trade deadline, when general manager Darren Muji resisted overtures from other teams, including the Kansas City Chiefs, who per ESPN offered a fourth-round draft choice. End quote. Rosenblatt later said in the piece, quote, right now, it feels likely that the Jets will slap Hall with either the non-exclusive franchise tag or the transition tag and then figure out something from there. Today is the start of the franchise tag window. The window has opened. It is open today on Tuesday, February 17th. This window is open for 2 weeks. It takes us from the 17th today through Tuesday, March 3rd. Between now and then, the Jets and every other NFL team, for all that it counts, can choose to franchise tag any player on their roster or not. If they franchise tag that player, we could go through all the rules of the different tags. If they don't tag said player, that means Breece Hall, in our specific instance, let's talk about our guy, would be scheduled to be an unrestricted free agent on March 11th. Now, there is a 8-day gap between the end of the franchise tag window, March 3rd, and the beginning of the new league year, March 11th, with legal tampering sprinkled in between 3 days before. The point is that in theory, if the Jets don't tag Breece Hall, they could work out a long-term deal over those 8 days. But that seems incredibly unlikely because according to Zach Rosenblatt of The Athletic, Breece Hall wants to test free agency. And by the way, I don't blame him. He should want to test free agency. He's never been a free agent in his life. He's 24 years of age. He's a top 10 overall free agent on any free agent big board that's out there in America right now. And he is the number one ranked running back set to hit the open market. So I understand from Breece Hall's perspective, he doesn't want to be tagged. He wants to hit the open prairie and get a bidding war and pick his team. I'm sure that's what he wants. But let me tell you this. Let me tell you this right now. I don't give a damn what he wants. It's about what's best for business. And what is best for business is the New York Jets franchise tagging Breece Hall. Tag, you're it, you motherfucker. That's what happens. You're tagging him and not creating another roster hole. Now, if you tag him, it opens up all kinds of opportunities. You can keep Breece Hall in the franchise tag for 2026. You can use that as a negotiating ploy because between whenever the Jets decide to tag him anywhere in this 2-week period, they'd have until the middle of July to potentially work out a long-term deal. So maybe they can use this as a placeholder to work out a long-term deal. That's possible. Or they can tag and trade him and send him somewhere else. So there's all kinds of opportunities that are out there in the universe on this subject matter. Now, What I am intrigued with is what I apparently am wrong about. There are three kinds of tags: the non-exclusive franchise tag, the exclusive franchise tag, and the transition tag. If you asked me 2 days ago, I would have told you that I thought the most likely tag option for Breece Hall was the exclusive. And in the exclusive tag sense, you tag Breece Hall and he cannot negotiate with other teams of his own free will unless you as a team allow him to. More on that in a second. So I thought that's the tag they would use. According to Zach Rosenblatt, no. The two tag possibilities are the transition or the non-exclusive. And let's explain the difference of those. And we'll get into some of your gosh darn comments and things of that nature here in just a minute here on the program. But let's get into the financial aspect of this and what the Jets could be weighing here. The franchise tag is worth $14.53 million. Okay. The transition tag is $11.72 million. If the Jets use the non-exclusive franchise tag, which Zach Rosenblatt says is on the table, that means that he, Breece Hall, would be allowed to negotiate with other teams as soon as he received the tag. And if another team wanted to sign Breece Hall to an offer sheet, the Jets have the right of first refusal. Let's say the New Orleans Saints signed Breece Hall to a 5-year, $50 million deal. The Jets would have a choice. They say, okay, we can either match that, and Breece Hall will now have to play for the Jets with that 5-year, $50 million deal. Or if the Jets said, you know what, we're good, we don't want to match, the Jets would receive 2 first-round picks. 2. Again, a team wasn't willing to give up a third for Breece Hall. Now they're going to be willing to give up 2 firsts. That feels unlikely, which means that could force a potential tag-in trade where the Jets can work out compensation that isn't 2 firsts, but can get them what they want. So that's something, an oversight by me that I didn't expect to enter the potential equation. Now, the transition tag, you may say to the audience, hey, less money for Breece. I'm all about it. I love that. Here's the problem with the transition tag. It works very similarly to the non-exclusive, but there's 2 massive differences. One, the transition tag is cheaper, which I imagine for Jet fans sounds great. But the problem is that the Jets would have the right of first refusal. He would also, with a transition tag, be allowed to talk to other teams in the universe. Let's go back to the Saints, say a 5-year, $50 million deal. Let's say the Jets are like, oh, we don't want to pay that. No, we're not going to match. Breece Hall becomes a Saint on a 5-year, $50 million deal, and the Jets get bupkis. Nothing. Not at all. 0 compensation. No comp pick in the future. No nothing. That's the risk of the transition tag, which to me, I wouldn't use the transition tag. I wouldn't want to put myself in a compromising position. What if a crazy team comes in and offers him all over the barnyard and you're the Jets? You're like, son of a bitch. Didn't have this on the bingo card. All of a sudden, that can put you in a compromising position. But the important note is whether the Jets use the non-exclusive or transition, which Zach Rosenblatt says those 2 are most likely on the table. The Jets could tag and trade Breece Hall with either tag. Okay, either tag they could use to potentially trade him. So that's all the latest, folks. That's the latest. Zach Rosenblatt says the Jets are likely to use the tag. It should be one of the 2, non-exclusive or transition. The Jets do not have to tag Breece Hall today. They have 2 weeks to use it. It behooves the Jets to wait as long as possible and try to figure things out, because over this 2-week period, the Jets will be at the combine, talking to agents, talking to other teams, gauging interest potentially in Breece Hall if they don't want to keep him. So there's a lot to unpack here. And it makes a lot of sense. And by the way, I see Alon jumping in here saying, bottom line, Moochie should have been creative at the deadline, dealt him for a 4 and maybe a 5 in 2027 instead of, because he demanded a 3. Perhaps, but Zach says that basically, the Chiefs, as we talked about earlier, right? They offered a 4, the Jets wanted a 3, and then it didn't happen. Zach Rosenblatt says that the Jets would not take, if they weren't willing to take a 4 at the deadline, they're unlikely to take a 4 now. So it sounds like the Jets will demand their price of a 3 and stick by it. And while Alon and some others in the audience don't think the Jets are going to get a 3, I don't know, man. To have a top 10 overall free agent, to have the number 1 running back free agent, I have a feeling they may be able to get their price, and Darren Mucci is going to be able to flex on a lot of people. A lot of people. Let me answer some questions. Harry W50. I thought you give transition tags like assigning a pick, a second round tag. That is a restricted free agent situation, Harry, when you do that. Original round tender, first round tender, second round tender. That's a restricted free agent thing, not a franchise tag thing. So, no, there's no second round tag. There's no third round tag. It doesn't work like that. In the franchise tag world, there are 3 tags: non-exclusive, exclusive, and transition. Those are the only 3 tags that exist, and there's no alternative draft compensation sheet. Now, again, the Jets could tag Breece Hall with any of the tags and trade him for any. It could be they could trade him for a second round pick. They could trade him for a first round pick. They could trade him for a third round pick. They could trade him for anything they want, but there's no requisite tag for a round, like third round tag or second round tag. That doesn't exist. That's a restricted free agent thing. But I am here to educate. I'm here to conversate. I'm here to talk about all of it here on the show. Again, I want you guys to vote in our YouTube poll, which is up. And you guys tell me whether you agree or disagree with the decision. By all accounts, the Jets will franchise tag Breece Hall in some form or fashion. Do you agree or disagree with this decision? Yes, don't create another hole, or no, Breece doesn't want to be here. Make sure you guys vote. We'll reference that throughout the show. We'll also open up the phone lines in a little bit. And interesting, at 3 o'clock today, Boy Green meets Woody. What position are we talking about? Of course, running back. We will assess the current Jets running back room. Now that Breece Hall is expected to be tagged, do they keep him? Do they trade him? Me and Woody will go back and forth debating about it. Woody is a big Breece Hall guy, so that I will be fascinated to see as well. So we'll talk about all that again at 3 o'clock with some new information. All right, let's go through some comments here on the program. Feel free to send in your super chats and raffle tickets, baby. And let's do a quick celebration. I want to thank all of you out in the audience because, quite frankly, we've reached another milestone, baby. Let's freaking go. We have now reached 8,380 subscribers. It happened overnight. Thank you guys to the audience. Let's freaking go. 8,380. Sweet Lord have mercy. Let's go, baby. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Yes, I'm fired up here on a Tuesday morning. I'm great to see all the new subscribers join the army. And now let's get to the next level, baby. It's now time to get to 8,390. That's the next goal. Let's keep chip away, baby. Chippy. Let's do it. So thank you to everyone out in the audience for supporting. Thank you so much. Jamal Joseph, hot rumor on WFAN this morning. Jets are looking at Deshaun Watson. What the hell? As a quarterback option? Oh boy. Wow. I know I said earlier this offseason we shouldn't outright say no to any option, but boy, they owe him fully guaranteed money. I don't want any part of that contract, but if they're willing to give us picks to take him on. And then this goes back to our dilemma we talked about a couple weeks ago, right? Someone asked me, "Hey, Paul, if a player has a questionable alleged track record off the field, how does that affect you as a fan, right? Because you root for the team." And the alleged stuff with one Deshaun Watson is disturbing, to say the least. So, again, I support the green team. And I root for whoever's on my team. But, Deshaun Watson, I mean, we could even put the off-the-field stuff aside. The on-field stuff stinks. So I'm not sure if I'm in any rush to bring in Deshaun Watson, to be honest. So, wow, that's my first time hearing this from WFAN. Thank you, Jamal Joseph, for that nugget. I was unaware of that. Yikes. I'm not sure if that's on my bingo card, but thank you. Good morning, Ant Jets 82, member of the Boy Green Coffee Club. We are doing well. Hope you're doing well as well. Nagi Boko, good morning. Jared B, good morning. Our moderator in the chat. Johnny Boy, please no to Watson. Yeah, I feel the same way. Let's go to Daniel here on a YouTube channel. It kind of feels like we need to keep him, but I don't like his vibe, even if Salo is calling him out for being soft. Yeah, that was crazy. On a conference call after a game, Robert Saleh says he'd like to see, basically he called him soft. He didn't use that word, but he just said like, hey man, I really want him to grind for yards. I really want him to lower his shoulder, stop the east and west stuff, go north and south, plant your foot in the ground. So, I mean, he danced all around without saying the word soft, but said soft. Like that was like, whoa, okay. I feel like we need to as well, regardless of how you feel about him. If you like him, you don't like him. The Jets need to maximize their resources. And Breece Hall is an asset to keep or an asset to trade. If everyone else in the universe wants Breece Hall and people are telling me I shouldn't, how does that make any sense? Honestly, it doesn't make any sense. Let's go to Craig Mechanics, a member of the Boy Green Espresso Club. What's up, Craig? What's up, Coffee Club? Tag and trade. Got to get something for Breece. Doesn't want to be here. Again, yeah, it sounds like he didn't want to be here at the deadline. And I don't know what would have possibly changed. But yeah, his feelings come into zero effect for me that he doesn't want to be here. That doesn't, let me put it this way, that doesn't affect whether I tag him or not. Like, gee willikers, Breece Hall really doesn't want to get tagged. I don't give a flying hoot. Don't care, pal. This is the maneuver that the Jets have, the lever they have to pull. 100%. Tag, you're it, you bastard. Yeah. Yeah, it would be crazy if the Jets landed Deshaun Watson. Wow, that'd be quite a show. Ant Jets 82. Kirk Cousins, Derek Carr, Deshaun Watson. What are we doing here? Yeah, it is tough times here. Ant Jets 82. It's tough times here in the audience. NC Green says, I really don't want to pay him that much, referencing Breece Hall, but I don't want to lose him for nothing. Yet you have no choice. So that's it. It's either you pay the Pied Piper, which to me, don't use the transition tag because another team could just sign him to an offer sheet and then put you in a tough pickle. I want to control the narrative. If I non-exclusive him, no one is signing him to an offer sheet. So basically, the Jets have the control. They know no team is going to sign him, so they can use the tag to negotiate and talk to anyone in the universe and find that right price and use it to tag and trade him. So I would use now that I know those are the two options, apparently, according to Zach Rosenblatt, I'm using the non-exclusive tag, not the transition. And then, while Darren Muji's in Indy, you figure out the market. Okay, wow, 3 teams would offer a third-round pick or something, or whatever the price is. Now you got to make a decision. You come back to home base, say, okay, do we trade Breece for a third and then replace him immediately with these assets? Do we keep him? They should go. I'm sure they have over the past month, but then go through the options again once new information is presented. All right, we'll go back to some of the other conversations here in just a moment, but I see we have a super chat coming in from Lou B, Super Jets fan. Let's get that in here on the program. Every time we get a super chat, we hear from my daughter, Zariah Luna.
Wow.
Watch Breece's Twitter the second he gets tagged. Yeah, so it could happen anywhere the next 2 weeks. Again, I'd be surprised if it happened today because, there's no rush. Whether it's today on the 17th or the final day on March 3rd, you don't lose points for procrastination. So the Jets can tag him at any point. And again, I imagine that they'll gain a lot of new information at the combine from agents, teams, and things of that nature. But yes, I will be curious to see how Breece Hall responds for sure. We have to, Luby. We have to keep an eye on that because that is who Breece Hall is. And to be honest, that's how a lot of these kids are. I don't just want to beat up Breece about it. A lot of these kids are on the old internet and they do what they want to do. Yeah, that's what the kids do. By the way, you have 10 raffle tickets, Luby, Super Jets fan. Appreciate that super chat here on the program. All right, let's answer a few more action here. Wait a second. Did this just happen? Is this what I think just happened from our guy, Jared B? Wait a second here. Yes, it is. Jared B, baby, just became a Boy Green Espresso Club member. Let's go. our new level to the YouTube membership world. Let's freaking go, baby! Yes!
Jets, Jets, Jets.
That's it, Mikey.
It's Jets, 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 Jets. I love Fireman Ed too.
Thank you, Chucky. Yes. Jared B is now a Boy Green Espresso Club member. We have two YouTube membership groups, $2.99 and $5.99. The $5.99 group gives Jared B an automatic 5 bonus raffle tickets to our contest. And as long as he remains a member, he will continue to get 5 bonus raffle tickets every single month. Our gift from us to you. And of course, Jared B, you will now, we'll see how that works. We will have a part of the Boy Green Espresso Club is a special live show just for the Boy Green Espresso Club members every month at the end of the month. Last month's first Espresso Club meeting went 4 hours, for God's sakes. So who knows how long this one will go. That'll be on likely February 28th. That's Saturday. It'll be Saturday night. So we'll keep you guys posted once that is official. So welcome to the Espresso Club. A double espresso shot for one Jared B. Let's freaking go. That's what I'm talking about. Make it rain from the high heavens. Hold on a moment. Hold on. Number one Austrian Jets fan just gifted a membership. Let's go. Oh, yeah, number one Austrian Jet fan. That is what I'm talking about, baby. Yes, freaking sir. Tommy, HTTC, you are now a member to the Boy Green Coffee Club, baby. Let's go. Congratulations, Tommy, and another raffle ticket for our number one Austrian Jet fan is now up to 41 raffle tickets this month for our contest. Yes, sir. That's the ticket. That's the ticket, number one Austrian Jets fan. Hell to the yeah. That's it. Tommy here is in the chat. He's collecting. What's up, Tommy? My man. Tommy, good to see you in here, buddy. Welcome to the coffee club. All right. Let's see. Jets Worldwide Snowball. Is he tweeting or YouTubing or whatever the word is, commenting from Hawaii on his vacation, honeymoon, a wedding, whatever it's called, the anniversary, something or rather. Well, no, the anniversary is like in August or September, October, whatever. Oh, it's October because it was on our tailgate last year, so October 5th, excuse me. But he says, good morning, all. I'm waiting for 24-karat Muji magic with the Breece deal. Jet lag is still hanging on. So, okay, I guess he's now back. But yes, Darren Muji has been cooking with trades, man. So all these people saying, oh, Darren Muji's going to catch egg on his face. Should have traded Breece for a 4 at the deadline. Oh, really? Oh, yes. Well, let's try to see if Muji can hold up. Let him cook. Hold up. Let him cook. Not that Darren Muji fella. He can cook, man. He can cook, that's for sure. So we'll see, Jets Worldwide. We'll see. Taylor Sterling 9932 says Breece has not stated that he quote unquote wants out. It's all speculation from negative median fans. Well, all we can say on the deadline is, and hey, people can make mistakes or whatever you want to call it. It looked like if Ben Kurt didn't fake DMs, he made it seem like he shared screenshots of his own private messages with Breece Hall to show that Breece Hall reached out to him to try to spark the Breece Hall Jets trade rumors. Like, it was very weird. Yeah, so those are out on the internet, and Breece Hall was doing some very interesting tweeting ahead of the deadline. So, no, has he ever said, I want out, get me the hell out of here verbatim? No, I don't think so, but a few of the tea leaves suggested that Breece Hall did have some chats publicly about it, but it wasn't verbatim. So take that for what you will, I suppose. Let's see. Let's answer a few more comments and we'll open up the phone lines here on the show. Lou B says Washington could want him. It's true. I've heard, I was watching some draft show. Everything is blending together now, but the 2 landing spots for Jeremiah Love, or 3 rather, are Washington at 7, the New Orleans Saints at 8, and the Chiefs at 9. So if they'd be interested in Jeremiah Love, I would assume they'd be interested in Breece Hall. So those are 3 teams in the top 10 that could have Breece Hall interest. That is the Washington Commanders, the New Orleans Saints, the Kansas City Chiefs. And I'm sure there's more teams than that, but off the top of my head, The Seahawks apparently are not tagging Kenneth Walker. Now, I imagine if they're not tagging him, they're probably not interested in a Breece Hall situation for potential tag and trade, because then they could just tag their own guy, I would assume. But you know what they say about people who assume. So maybe not on that. Yo, Holmes. Breece will be lucky to fetch a conditional 6 once he gets traded. Muji blew it with Breece bad. Yo, Holmes. Okay. Let's mark this in chat. Let's hold people accountable. That's key, right? I want you to hold me accountable when I F up. Yo, Holmes. Someone screenshot this. Click. Actually, I'll do it right now. Okay. Let me screenshot this. Okay. Screenshot this right. Okay. Okay, I'm going to screenshot this, Yo Holmes. I just put that in my files. Okay, just screenshotted this. We're going to revisit this, Yo Holmes, if Breece Hall gets traded, and when the Jets get like a third-round pick or something, or like a pick and a player or something, you should apologize, sir. You should apologize. All these people saying, Muji lost. Muji. We don't know that. We don't know that. Let's see what happens. Maybe he will lose. Maybe he's going to end up with a 6th or a 5th or something. And then it looks like he's a big idiot. Now, at least he's an idiot that got something as opposed to nothing. But yeah, let's see. Let's see. Everyone's saying, Muji, he blew it. Oh, God. Well, let's see what happens, okay? That's a bit premature, as the kids say. Bit premature. So, Yo Holmes, better be ready, pal, because I am going to be giving you tons of crap. As he has it says, no one's giving us a third for him. Okay. We'll see. I think some of you might be surprised out in the audience, because could they just get a straight up 3? That's possible. They could also do this. The Jets are getting some comp picks this offseason, including a couple of 5s. What if they did Breece Hall on a 5 for a 2 or something? They did some combo platter. Maybe we could see that potentially this offseason, where they use Breece and a pick to get higher in the draft as a pick swap action. That could happen. Maybe they just want the straight up pick. I'm not sure. We'll see. Matthias Simon, the worth of running backs in the NFL aren't great. You're not getting a third. All right, we'll see, folks. We will see. I think you guys are going to be surprised. I think you guys are underrating Breece Hall. I do. I absolutely think you guys are underrating Breece Hall. But hey, that's all right. That's okay. We can have different opinions. We can see what happens. But I do believe that some of y'all are going to be doing a backpedal quicker than AG on some of these takes. I think so. Mm-hmm. Yo Home says, if Muji could get a third, of course I'll give him flowers. Roses even. Ooh, nice. Yeah, great. That'd be terrific. For sure. Mm-hmm. Ooh, a future guest on Boy Green. We just got a future guest text on for Boy Green Daily. All right, beautiful. Hey, that was a text from someone, Mas Importante, that'll be joining the show after the Combine. So terrific. Great. Can't wait for that. That'll be wonderful. Yo, Holmes. Whoa, don't need a screenshot. I know what I said, bub. Okay. All right. I'm just making sure, because there's some people that say things on the show, and it's not you, Yo, Holmes. There's other people on the show that say things, and then when they get brought up, hey, didn't he say that? No, I never said that. Are you sure? You sure you never said that? So I'm just in case, just tuck it under the pillow, get just a whoop, just in case, just a little gander. That's all. Nothing too bad. By the way, we got over 100 people in the room watching here on YouTube. Make sure you guys like the video. That is the free way to contribute to this program. So that's a great way to spread the gospel of Boy Green Daily. We got 40 likes, but over 100 people in the room. I never understand when that happens. Like the video, it's right there. It's right under the video. No matter where you're watching, on your phone, your tablet, your computer, perhaps. I like that gosh darn video. And as I say, hit the subscribe button, baby. Spread the love of all things Boy Green Daily. Yes, sir. And like I said, we just reached a new milestone overnight, which was super cool. Surpassing over 8,380 subscribers. And by the way, you guys may have caught Ian O'Connor. We've had him on the show here before a couple years ago. He said that Rex Ryan rumors, the return rumors, were serious. Yeah, and I have a little bit of a clip from our larger interview, the full interview. It's mostly about Giant stuff, the Harbaugh stuff. But the clip I posted on our YouTube channel, the Boy Green YouTube channel, has the full Rex Ryan Jet stuff in there, which is pretty juicy. So apparently Rex Ryan's return potentially to the NFL was super serious this offseason, which I found super interesting. So shout out to Ian O'Connor, New York Times bestselling author and an absolute legend here on the program. Let's do this, folks. I am curious to hear your guys' thoughts on some franchise tagging activity from the New York Jets. So let's do this. We'll play a half timeout. Then your phone calls next.
1, 2, 3. Whoa! Boy Green, fucking daily, fucking daily, fucking daily. Talking Jets football, man. Boy Green daily, fucking daily, fucking daily. The New York Jets Football Club. Offense, defense, special teams, watch Jets football with Boy Green. Everyone,
J-E-T-S, Jets.
Boy Green, fucking daily, fucking daily, fucking daily. Talking Jets football, man. Boy Green daily, fucking daily, fucking daily. Offense, defense, special teams, watch Jets football with Boy Green.
J-E-T-S, Jets.
Let's go!
Welcome back to Boy Green Daily, everybody. A daily New York Jets video show, also available wherever you get your podcasts. So make sure you guys show all the love no matter where you're at. Again, I'm Paul Eston Jr., a.k.a. Boy Green. I'm the New York Jets digital reporter for Heavy.com. We just reposted the show on Twitter. So for all my Twitter animals out there in the audience, Twitter's having some issues with StreamYard right now. So you have to manually do it. So now Boy Green Daily streaming live on Twitter as well, on top of Facebook and YouTube. Shout out to the people that rewatch this YouTube show. They're saying, Paul, I don't get up early for anybody, not even you, fat boy. And I'm like, okay, whoa, all right. So you can feel free to rewatch the show whenever the hell you want, or audio-only version also available. So appreciate that if you want to avoid looking at my face. With that being said, let's jump over to the phone lines. It's the half of the Jets Worldwide team. Wide. What? Let's bring him in. It's Johnny Boy. Johnny.
Morning, sir. How are you?
Okay, the lettuce is flowing, my friend. Very nice. Nice flex there.
Oh, you know it. Hey, so Breece.
Yeah.
I think it's happening, man. I think they're going to tag him. I mean, why create
like it.
why create another hole, right?
Sure, right.
But I wanted to talk to you a little bit about some other people that are there. So we've been talking about not Kyle. We were talking about Cousins, right? And the potential.
Yeah, Kirk Cousins. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Well, there's another Falcon that's there that potentially is going to get tagged, and we might look into him. Kyle Pitts. Would you look into that dude, to Kyle Pitts, or are you like, I don't know, it's going to cost too much for a position that I feel like we're okay in at the current moment? Other one.
Okay.
So supposedly this quarterback is going to be out. Well, he's going to be out in Tennessee. And I'm talking about the mayonnaise inside of your coffee individual and Will Levis.
Yeah.
Would you take a swing on that individual, since essentially, right, we're talking about just getting anything at QB at this current moment because the damn receiving room, wide receiving, the quarterback room sucks.
Yeah. First off, on the Will Levis thing, if we're talking about Deshaun Watson, how can we not talk about Will Levis? Okay, literally anyone. If I see someone at the park when I have to drive to the post office later for by the way, Mr. Famous Fulton out in the audience for a package issue with you. I have to go to the post office later today. So if I drive by the park and I see a 40-year-old guy sort of chucking a football to his kid, I'm going to pull over and I'm going to ask him if he wants to play quarterback for the Jets. Everyone is on the table. So Will Levis, so here's the thing with Will Levis, which is interesting, right? So he has the weird mayo thing, and he eats a banana with the peel on it. It's very disgusting. And people, if you think I'm making this up, first off, how would I make up these weirdly specific details? All right, that doesn't make any sense. And number two, I caution you to look this up because it's gross. It's a whole thing. He has all these weird food things he does. It's disgusting. Okay. But he's super athletic. This guy is chiseled from the gods. He's got size. He's got, the arm strength and all these things. But, he's a few tacos short of a combo meal in terms of the football IQ. He does some stupid, crazy stuff. He thinks he can make throws and sometimes he can't. He refuses to let a play die. We saw it in the Jets-Titans game a couple of years ago in the Aaron Rodgers 2024 game in week 2, where he just like tried to lateral a ball backwards. Like he just does crazy shit. But you know what? We've had all kinds of crazy crap happening with the Jets. So he should be on the table. And to be honest, I think you could get him for like nothing. I think at like a 7th because the Titans have a new regime. They're all on Cam Ward. Will Levis doesn't want to be there. You could probably get him for like nothing. So random dart throw. So if he's part of let's say, I'm going to make this up off the top of my head. Let's say the Jets trade for Tanner McKee. A lot of people like Tanner McKee. Jets trade for Will Levis. And then they bring back Tyrod or something. You three go into the octagon, beat each other up. One of you's coming out. Sure, I could see that as a possibility. To your Kyle Pitts stuff, I know that Kyle Pitts has like a weird reputation among some people. He was a freaking beast last year. He was a second team All-Pro at tight end. And I think he provides the zest that is needed for Mason. I think Mason Taylor, top 50 pick last year. I think Mason has really good hands, and I think he's a really solid all-around tight end. I don't know if he ever transforms into this dynamic superstar that's catching like 80, 90 balls, 1,100 yards, and like 10 touchdowns. I don't know if Mason is ever that. And, that's totally unfair to put that as a box, but I'm not sure if he could do that. Kyle Pitts, I think he could do that. I think he could put up those kind of numbers. And I went to a random Falcons game with my dad when he lives in Atlanta for one of his jobs. And we went to a Falcons Seahawks game just because we were in town and the Jets had a bye week. And I said, okay, I don't have to do my Jets work. I'm uniquely available here. Let's go. And I saw Kyle Pitts warm up and I'm like, holy shit. I mean, this guy is he's tall, he's fat, wingspan. I just saw him in person, just like goofing around, one-handed catches. I'm like, geez, salute, this guy's talented. So yes, I would be very interested in Kyle Pitts. It'd be a tag and trade. Now they wouldn't have interest in Breece Hall because they have Bijan. So you'd have to get creative for what do they need? Do we have a player we can throw in? Is it just draft compensation? What would it take? But I think a Kyle Pitts acquisition, while some people would be like, we have Mason, we don't need him. I think Kyle Pitts can unlock more of Mason. I think you could have 2 tight ends, and maybe that makes it easier for the quarterback. They can block, they can catch, they could do it all, and you have those 2. So yes, it is different. I don't think a lot of people are talking about him or Isaiah Likely or any of those kind of guys, but I think we should be talking about it more often, quite frankly.
Yeah, I just think that, at least in my eyes, the Will Levis conversation. Look, I don't know about him like that, so I'm going to be 100% honest with you. But I know he fits the type of quarterback that Frank likes in the measurements, right?
True, right?
All the size and the arm strength that guy has,
right?
Can Bill Musgrave potentially unlock that all the way? I mean, right? You're pretty much telling me that's not going to cost us a lot. So why not take a swing at that? I mean, it can't be any worse than Brady Cook. At least we know that, this dude has gotten drafted. So the Kyle Pitts one is an intriguing one because that's you and I have kind of talked about in the sense of the Sadiq. If the Sadiq individual is there, does he fit the same type of frame, the same type of athletic build that Kyle Pitts has, and potentially costs us a lot less, right? And he's there for us. So I say all of this because I'm team offense right now. I think for me, it's like I want to build the offense and continue to keep building the offense and score a whole bunch of freaking points. We just haven't had it in forever. That's why I'm team offense, man. So
me too.
But BG, I appreciate you, brother. Keep doing your thing, man. And hey, go
Hey,
Jets.
real quick. What the? Oh, wow. Subscribe now to youtube.com/@Jets Worldwide. What's going on here, Johnny?
Oh yeah, man. Jets Worldwide. Wide. Every Friday night, 7:30. Come and try to catch us on. Trying to get us some guests. My guy right now is in Hawaii. He's chilling. He's actually getting those what are they called? Those dancers, the hula hoop
Oh
dancers.
yeah, the not hula hoopers. Are they hula hoopers? No,
I
what are
don't
they
know.
called?
We're
Oh,
gonna
hula girls,
hula
maybe. Yeah.
We're calling them hula hoopers. All right.
Okay.
Come over here and be with the flight crew because we're trying to bring back the flight crew. Jets Worldwide
All
is
right.
trying to
Come on.
bring the flight
I
crew
agree.
for the Jets. So,
Yes.
but yeah, I think I might go dolo on Friday, so it might be a solo show.
Oh.
And,
Okay.
but yeah, that's where I'm at. I mean, I'm gonna get at you, BG. I'm gonna hit you up a little later on because I did want to talk to you about some stuff. But hey,
Great. Okay,
Kyle,
man.
Will Levis? Question mark. Trey Henderson. I think it's a little bit too late on that, but
That's very too late on that. But you know what? I like the ideas. Let's keep throwing ideas. Let's get talking. Let's get talking.
I mean, because we don't know, right? Because free
Of
agency,
course not.
once free agency hits, I think that's when we will really know where we're gonna go. But as of right now, the conversation is the Breece Hall combo. So, and hell no to Tyreek Hill. I know everybody's talking about Tyreek Hill. No to Tyreek Hill. We don't need like his 20 different baby mamas. And we have Arian Smith that we don't know what Arian Smith, but the speedster is there, and he's not coming off a crazy looking injury. So, yeah. Oh, well, that BG, appreciate you, brother.
God bless. There he is. Johnny Boy joining us here on the show. Wow, there was a lot to unpack there. First off, I see, look, some more love in the chat, baby. Jake Asman is here. Let's freaking go, baby. And Ty Butler rocking with D. Pietro and Rothenberg. Very nice yesterday. Doing a ton of radio in New York. I was watching some of their clips. So shout out to Jake Asman and Ty Butler, my good old buddy from here in Syracuse. He's now doing big things. I'm not surprised. Jake Asman, by the way, 4 raffle tickets for our contest. Thank you so much, Jake, for all the support. Much appreciated. That membership from Jake Asman went to Mikey Boy Jets. You're now a Boy Green Coffee Club member thanks to Jake Asman. There he is, baby, Jake Asman. Speaking of Jake Asman, by the way, he will be on MC Show Digital tomorrow, Wednesday show. We'll talk about this Breece Hall tagging situation, I'm sure. Kevin Callahan saying congrats on over 8K, Paul. Thank you. Yes. Yep, we are over 8,380. So a super cool mark, very humbling, and thank you, everybody. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, baby. It's a free way to contribute. We're a few more subscribers away from 8,390. So we keep climbing, baby, every friggin' day, getting this jet shot in the universe. So thank you, Kevin. I appreciate that. On the Tyreek Hill thing, real quick, and I'll also work on this. Ace of Spade, welcome back. BG, we should get Bradley Chubb from Miami. Sketch him up. He'd be cheaper since he got released. Another possibility. I saw a lot of the Miami guys get cut. Real quick on Tyreek Hill. You know, sometimes in life, you don't get what you want. You don't get what you want in life sometimes. And sometimes, you know, people in your life, like a parent or something, will tell you, maybe that was for the best. And we're like, shut up, Dad. No, I don't want to listen to that. And then sometimes they're just right. Let's go back to 2022. It's story time of Boy Green. Gather around, kiddos. It's 2022. The New York Jets out of nowhere. It's the Jets versus the Dolphins for Tyreek Hill. Whoa, Tyreek Hill. Oh, the Super Bowl champion wide receiver, Tyreek Hill from the Chiefs. He can be a Jet. Oh, my goodness gracious. And then we hear that the Jets worked out a trade deal first with the Chiefs, but the Chiefs also worked out a trade deal with the Dolphins. And Tyreek, you choose wherever you want. We the Chiefs say, hey, you could go whichever place. The trade compensation sounds great. Pick wherever you want to go. He picks the Dolphins. The Jets go, oh, man, we missed out on Tyreek Hill. Another almost Jet. Oh, that's too bad. Oh, well, do you guys remember what we did instead of Tyreek Hill that offseason? Do you? Out in the audience? We drafted Garrett Wilson. Yeah, tell me if that didn't work out. The Jets were this close to Tyreek Hill, and some of you wanted him, some of you didn't. I'll tell you this, I was pretty titillated by the idea of a dynamic player. Now, some people will say some stuff off the field, and again, we talked about that earlier. That's up to you to interpret out in the audience of how you want to feel about him as a person. I'm not going to church with him. I'm trying to win some football games. That's how I look at it. But anywho, the point is that the Jets could have gotten Tyreek Hill. Oh, they missed out. And instead, they end up with Garrett Wilson. Well, that worked out pretty well. And now they have a chance to have Tyreek Hill and Garrett Wilson together. Interesting. Not to me. No, thank you. Do a reunion with the Chiefs. I know he's drooling over Mike McDaniel. Go meet up with him and the Chargers. I want nothing to do with Tyreek Hill, with all due respect. He had a very serious injury that we all saw. The last Tyreek Hill appearance in a Dolphins uniform was against the Jets on that Week 4 Monday Night Football game, and unfortunately, a devastating injury. I never like seeing people get hurt. So on Tyreek Hill, I'm out. Thank you very much. The Jets need a receiver. I'm not saying we don't, but Tyreek Hill, no. We don't have, with all due respect, a quarterback. So we need more wide receiver help. But I want to make sure it's the right wide receiver to pair with Garrett Wilson. I want to make sure it's the right guy. And Tyreek Hill is not the right guy. And plus, to be honest, is he going to want us? He wants to go win Super Bowls again. He ain't doing that here. So in the immediate, without a clear quarterback decision, it doesn't appear obvious on the surface. I don't want to write it off because I hope every year the Jets can win the Super Bowl. But no, I just, there's a lot of reasons I'm out on him. On Bradley Chubb, we need pass rush. The Jets should kick the tires on the man because we need pass rush help. So I'd be intrigued, potentially. I saw Nick Faria. We'll have him on, what's today? Tuesday? Oh, yeah. So we'll have him on Thursday. Nick Faria will be back on Thursday. And he said, the Jets should kick the tires on Bradley Chubb. We'll talk to him about it and everything else for that matter. So good thoughts, Ace of Spade, and some of you guys as well jumping in here on the chat. Thank you very much. Okay. Yes, and yes, Johnny Boy and Jets Worldwide. Yes, I did just go Shark Tank style. For those reasons, I'm out. I have been the YouTube algorithm or something has been hearing me enjoying Shark Tank. So, like, here's like a way too personal story you guys don't want to know. So when I wake up in the morning, I slap myself around, then I go to the bathroom. I get mouthwash. So I'm a mouthwash guy. So I'm, burning whatever bacteria is in the mouth, and I spit that out, and I brush my teeth. While that's going on, I put my phone up on the the medicine cabinet, and I pick up my phone, I turn it sideways, and I shove it in the medicine cabinet. And then I just play like interesting things. Like it could be a Jets podcast, it could be anything. Recently, it's been Shark Tank episodes. And it's just playing Shark Tank. And I'm just getting a quick bit. I don't brush my teeth for 30 minutes, So I'm just watching Shark Tank. And I get the explosive moments from Shark Tank. And then for those reasons, I'm out. And you're a jerk. And then it gets all yelling at each other, which is terrific. So yes, I have no idea why I told that story. But nonetheless, there it is. Thank you to the 200 plus people that are in the room. Like the video, hit subscribe here on the channel. Appreciate it. And let's go back to the phone lines. Up next. Mr. here. What's up, Mr. Famous Fulton?
Good morning, Paul. How are you this morning?
I'm doing okay. So, Mr. Famous Fulton, in case you didn't hear it earlier, there was some issue with your package, so I have to go to the post office today and figure out whatever it is, and then we'll get it resent out today. Yesterday, I guess, was a holiday, of course, President's Day or whatever day it was. And so, yeah, we'll fix that. We'll get that out to you.
Okay, yeah, I'm just not feeling myself today, Paul.
Oh, why? What's wrong?
I had my training for life for Special Olympics yesterday at my workout, and I'm sorry, I'm just trying to figure it out.
Sure.
It's I hit my shin on the wooden board yesterday when I was practicing the steps.
Did you break it?
I don't know yet. I don't know if it is broken.
Do you think they're gonna have to amputate it?
I don't know yet.
Oh Jesus! Oh God! All right. Well, hopefully not, man. I hope you keep both of your legs. Jeez.
Yeah, it's just the left leg hurting, so it's hurting real bad. So
can you move it?
A little bit. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
but it still hurts.
Yeah, of course. So is this gonna, sort of stunt your training?
I don't know. I'm gonna try to rest it today and see how I feel.
Okay. All right. Well, definitely keep us abreast of this situation, Mr. Famous
But I
Fulton.
probably need some prayers though.
Oh, of course. Prayers up. Hey, Boy Green Coffee Club, give your prayers to Mr. Famous Fulton. His leg was in a brutal accident with the jumping backs, and we want to, send our prayers and quick recovery for you, Mr. Famous Fulton.
Yeah, it's the wooden box. You know, those wooden box you step on and step off.
The shorter ones. I thought you meant like a jump box. Like we used to do that in football training. We jump like 4 feet in the air and jump on the box and jump off the box. You're talking about the wooden stepper?
Yes, that's what I got. That's what I got scratched on.
Wait, are you talking about the one that's like 6 inches off the ground? That one?
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
And you said you hurt your what with that?
My shin.
How tall are you, Mr. Famous Fulton?
5'7".
I see.
T-shirt.
Well, yeah, you're taller than me though, so okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Famous Fulton, I hope for a speedy recovery, my friend. That is devastating news. And the Boy Green Coffee Club prays for you.
Okay, sounds great. And send me that tracking number too, Paul.
Will do. We'll get that all figured out and sent that to you today, I promise.
Did you get the video I sent you, or did it not come through?
No, I did not get the video you sent me. You'll have to resend that, I suppose.
Okay, sounds great.
Thanks, Mr. Famous Fulton, and speedy recovery to you, good sir. Ah, yes. Yes. Yeah. Hop on Pop enters the octagon from New Orleans. Leprechauns are talking than you, BG. I think he meant taller than me, but I'll give you the wow, it's 8:00 in the morning, right? New Orleans is still on the time zone. Careful on the hand grenades, sir. Hop on Pop. Good Lord. Already, leprechauns are riding you, Boy Green. Jesus, Pop. Yeah, good Lord. All right. Take breaths in between the drinks, buddy. Woo-hoo-hoo. All right, New Orleans getting the beads and everything. I mean, good Lord. All right, Pop, let's take it easy there. Yeah, we do need a New Orleans translator. What the hell? I dare down to buy you. I don't know what to buy you. Huh? What? I'll buy you. Yeah, get some of that actually going from like Waterboy or something. I don't know. Anywho, I heard there's a leprechaun typo, another challenge flag throwing in there. Yeah, that one can be difficult. But yes, go Irish though. I appreciate you, the Macho Main in the chat. Very nice. Let's go back to the phone lines here. Hep's up next. Hep.
Hey, Paul. I seen some of the photos your mom and your dad posted on Facebook from the trip.
Oh, yeah.
It looks like they're having a really good time down there.
Mm-hmm.
And what else? Mr. Fulton, if your leg is swollen, get to the hospital and get it X-rayed.
Yeah, 100%.
If it's really big, don't mess around with that. As far as Breece Hall concerned, yeah, let's get what we can for him. Even if we get him and no one takes him right now, he might be traded during the season once the season is going, and somebody gets injured and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So it's still an asset we can pick up. The other thing is I want to talk about this. The Jets met with some players at the Senior Bowl.
Okay.
And one of them was this linebacker named Rodriguez. Are you familiar with him?
Oh, yes. Let me make sure I have the right name in front of me. I believe that's Jacob Rodriguez, but let me see if that's the right guy. Do I have the right guy? Yes. Texas Tech.
230, 6'1", 230.
Yes. Texas Tech linebacker. Yeah, he's 23 years of age. Here's some basic details on him. But that Texas Tech defense was awesome. Everyone talks about David Bailey on the team. He's 6'1", 235 pounds, 23 years of age. He was the Bronco Nagurski Trophy Award winner, the Butkus Award winner, the Lombardi Award winner, the Chuck Bednarik Award winner, and the Pony Express Award winner, and a unanimous All-American last season, and Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year, and first team All Big 12. So he won all of those awards last season coming off a career year. So, yes, quite familiar indeed. We definitely need linebacker help.
But he's supposed to be going not he's supposed to be going like maybe in on like a round 3 or something, round 3 or 4. And
Perfect.
it's which
Great.
sounds crazy because of what his production. I think the knock on him is I don't know why they say small because it seems linebackers are trending smaller now anyway. The
Yeah,
giant
right.
linebackers seem to be a thing. But I don't know. They say that he has a lot of missed tackles, but he also made a lot of tackles. So I don't
Yeah.
know. You think you can coach that out of it? Because it's not about. He's not like he's not afraid to tackle. Obviously, it's more about like I don't know, maybe being too aggressive or something.
Hey, it's funny that you bring that up because, like I said, I will do a proper send off if as expected Quincy Williams walks out the door because he deserves his flowers.
Sure.
If he ends up leaving, and Quincy's a perfect example. Like when the Jets picked him off of waivers, claimed him off of waivers from the Jaguars. This was a guy who was young, aggressive, fast, hard hitter. Like he had all these traits, but like he was like a I'm sure he doesn't like being compared to a dog, but like, when I used to have dogs, when I lived back in my parents' house in Oswego, I would pass cars and they would just roar, roar, and they go crazy. I'm like, come on, geez, hello, come on, we're trying to go for a walk here. And that's what it seemed like Quincy Williams was on the field. Like
Yeah.
offenses would bait him. They'd throw a flare route underneath, and Quincy's playing at the second level, and he's seeing the flare. He's like, "Oh, I know what this play is." And they pump fake to the flat, and he goes,
Yeah.
and he goes like, I'm gonna light this guy up." And they're like, "Up, pump fake," and then they throw it over his head, and they kept baiting him and getting him and getting him and getting him. Or he would over pursue. He's running 100 miles an hour, but he probably should have only been running 50 miles an hour to get this tackle. And the running back does one cut. He over pursues, gets lost. So he was just this like dog off his chain, so to speak.
Yeah.
And then Saleh, Mike Rutenberg, who just got congratulations to Rudy, who just got the Cleveland Browns defensive coordinator job. And then obviously you have Jeff Ulbrich in Atlanta. These guys were able to channel the traits, channel the player, and he transformed from a waiver wire claim of the team that drafted him, that gave up on him, to a first-team All-Pro linebacker. So the traits were there, and they were able to develop it and take it to another level. So to your point about whether a guy, right, he's not afraid to tackle, but like some of the techniques and the over pursuit and stuff, we just saw it with Quincy. It could happen now. Quincy, we shouldn't say, "Oh wow, Quincy changed from a random player to a first team All Pro." Anyone can do it. No. It's Quincy deserves more respect for what he was able to do himself. But the theme of it, of being able to control and get the right things and then coach him up. So 100%, yeah, Rodriguez would certainly check that off.
Thanks, Paul.
Appreciate you, Hep. Thank you very much. All right, here, Hep, joining us here on the program. The perfect guy to follow up with that is someone who absolutely studies all of this to another degree, and that is Ricky New York Live, one of the best Jets content creators on the planet, a draft expert, a draft junkie, a Jets guy that gives you your fix. You got something on this Jacob Rodriguez guy. I know it, Ricky New York Live. I know it.
Yeah, I absolutely do. And you know what? 7 forced fumbles last season.
Wow.
Man, the guy's a turnover machine. He was one of the people at the Senior Bowl that I was kind of curious to see how he would perform. First day, first practice, first play, he forces a fumble. The last play of practice on the first day, he got an interception. I think he had more turnovers in one practice at the Senior Bowl than we had as a team. So that would be a guy that definitely, would fill some needs for us. Man, listen, breaking news, and not the good kind. Party with Peg and Artie. Apparently, Dave Briga said that Artie was hospitalized last night for some cardiac issues.
Geez.
I got to meet them here in Tampa when Jake did his meetup, and they're awesome people. He's one of my very devoted followers and on my channel, and I like Artie a lot. And we had actually talked about, all of us meeting up and maybe going to dinner or something later this year. So everybody, have him in your prayers. Artie is an awesome guy, and that's terrible news. But thank you for letting us know that, Dave. And my best wishes go out to him.
Thank you, Dave, for doing that as well. And we always enjoy seeing Party with Peg and Artie in the comment section. So, again, we are a community. Our love and everything is sent out. So, please, to the high lords above, let's hope our prayers are answered here and a speedy recovery is indeed in due order here.
Yes, absolutely. And you know what? Like, as we've been talking, by the way, should we or should we not go after any of the debris that the Dolphins have rid themselves of? Bradley Chubb. You know what the very first headline Bradley Chubb was made as a Dolphin?
What's that?
Going on IR. He got hurt right off the bat.
Yeah.
I'm good on that. I saw people talking about the Tyreek Hill injury, and that was a nasty injury. And somebody in the chat said that was a Jordan Travis type injury. And you know what? I had that same injury like Jordan Travis. And
oh my gosh.
Leg flopping around like it wasn't even attached, broke both of the bones in my leg, lower leg, and crushed my ankle into a bunch of pieces, which I still got plates in there holding that together. But
wow.
I remember when I went to the hospital and I'm sitting there and the doctor came in and he's like, okay, well, I'm pretty sure I can save your leg. And I was like, the fuck do you mean pretty sure? like, and he was like, listen, man, he was like 1 to 10. This is like 9 3/4. If it was any worse or the bone was like protruding, through the skin, I would have just taken it from the knee down and not thought twice about it. And I'm like, holy shit. But, yeah, I mean, it took me 8 months to walk again without crutches after that.
Wow.
So that's a nasty injury. And I never wished to see any player, no matter how big of a douchebag, I never root for anybody to get hurt. Mm-hmm. But since he did get hurt, hey, Tyreek, that's probably how your kid's arm felt, scumbag. And at any rate, that was probably a little bit harsh, but man, you know what? I can't stand people that beat on women and beat on kids. And I think we dodged a bullet avoiding him. I didn't want him then, don't want him now. All good. All good with that.
Yeah.
But
understood.
At any rate, you know what? There's plenty of good players out there. And I'm actually going to go over some free agency options for us on Thursday. So,
okay.
I'll let you I'm sorry. I'm reading Pop's comment.
That's normally how it works. That's normally how it works, with all due respect.
Right.
On the front end, but that's okay. Nonetheless, that's close enough. So, no, the free agency stuff, that'll be great. Thursday at what time there, Ricky?
8 p.m.
There it
8
is.
p.m. Eastern.
Yeah.
So, looking forward to seeing everybody then. And, so 8 p.m. And then the following Tuesday, I have Nick Faria coming on the channel for the first time, which that's awesome. And then the last show of the month on the 28th, I'll have Dylan Terraman on the channel. So
hey,
that looking forward to that. It's been a minute since me and him have got together. So just cranking out, keeping busy.
All right, excellent. You're doing awesome work, Ricky. So I can't wait, and I can't wait to join that conga line of special guest. Hopefully, I could just be a small piece to that puzzle. That's unbelievable. You got a great group.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm sure I'll have you on sometime soon. But yeah, man, like you know, the closer we get to the draft, like, you know, I'm just kind of building up steam right now. And something that you know, if I had thought about it earlier this year, I probably would have done it. But I was sitting there and you know, as I've been going over, you know, a lot of draft stuff, I was like, you know what? Everybody's doing their big boards and stuff. But next year, you will be able to get the Ricky New York draft guide that will have.
Really? Wow.
Yes. I'm probably going to do about 300 players. So,
man, good for you, man.
Yeah. And like I said, if I had thought about it sooner this year, I probably would have done it this year, but too many irons in the fire. So
yeah, right.
But yeah, now I'll be able to, you know, put together a nice, good, cohesive plan for it and have plenty of time to plan it out. So looking forward to that, man. And you know, hey, we're Jets fans, so this is you know, our favorite time of the year most of the time. So hopefully that'll change too. But thanks as always, Paul, man. Good to see you this morning. Keep kicking ass, and I will talk to you soon, buddy.
There he is, Ricky New York Live. Passionate as always, and man, can't wait for the Ricky New York draft guide. And Hop on Pop signing off. Peace out, Coffee Club. Time for happy hour special down there in New Orleans. So, hey, Mardi Gras going on, my old man, and the dad and mom, parents are out there. So that's on my bucket list. Definitely want to, you know, I don't love humidity, but New Orleans sounds like a really good time. And I love hand grenades. Those are delicious. If you've never had one of those before, that's a real hoot. Can confirm. Real hoot. It's the most powerful drink in New Orleans. That is accurate. If you're just joining us on the show, you can catch up in the YouTube description down below. That is where the article is. If you guys would like to read up on why the Jets are likely to tag Breece Hall, according to an insider. We have 64 likes, but over 100 people in the room. So, folks, please, I beg of you, please hit that like button. If you're watching on YouTube, and 100 of you are, I can see. So make sure you hit that like button and get us over 100 likes here on the video. That helps get this Jet Show in front of other Jet fans. And, by the way, spreads the gospel. All things Boy Green Daily. That's how we grow the subscribers as well. So thank you very much. All right, let's go back to the phone lines. We have the legendary Carl on the program. Carl?
Hey, Boy Green. Hey, listen, I got to get a couple of things off my chest here.
Yes, sir.
Okay. First of all, can you see this?
Wait, let's see. Don't forget, press here. It's not hard. Like button. Ah, nice. That's a great sign.
I'm very tired of people being in the chat and not pressing the like button.
Yeah, come on, man.
It's too easy. I don't understand it. Do we have people that are watching with no hands?
Well, I didn't think about that target demo.
You can press it with your elbow.
Oh, that's a good point.
Or your tongue.
Pow. Yeah, sure. Sure. Yeah.
Another thing, the other day when I called and I was showing you some things around, there were some comments that they bothered me a little bit. Okay, because because, I'm an OG and, the joke started because okay, number one, I do have a phone.
Okay, wait, let me.
Okay, this is my phone and it is a rotary phone.
Okay.
But it is not the phone that I call you on. So that's number one. I do have a real phone. That's number one. Number two, I do not have a black and white television. I have an actual flat screen television. And the reason it was black and white was because I was watching Perry Mason.
I did see that comment. I think that was from
the
other day when you just randomly passed it by.
I did, and I just randomly had the TV on, but because I'm an old guy, I watch old shows sometimes.
That's fine. Yeah, of course.
Perry Mason, Leave It to Beaver. Those are good morning shows for me.
Yeah.
But anyway, those are the couple of things I want to get off my chest. Press the damn like button. Don't make the poor guy keep telling you, don't forget to press the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. You've been on this show long enough. You've been watching it. If you can operate your phone and find your way to this site, you can, before you even do anything, press the like button.
100%.
Now, 100%. I want people to know I don't get anything for saying this.
Right.
You know, there's no monetary exchange here between Boy Green and myself.
Confirmed.
It's just something that bothers me. If I can press the like button, you can press the like button. And you know what? I'm also sick of the Breece Hall talk.
Oh, okay. Give it to me.
I'm sick of it. Look, Breece Hall, we're going to tag the guy. Muji's not stupid. He's not a stupid man. He's not going to let him walk. Maybe when we had the chance to trade him for a 4th-round pick, maybe at that point the season wasn't actually over and he wanted to see if he can get something out of him, you know, since we had no other offense really going. So he's not a stupid man. He's going to get something for him. Whether we keep him, we don't keep him, he's not just going to walk. I think we all know that Muji knows what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm quite confident that we're going to get something for Breece. And the worst thing I think we could do is keep him at this point because I don't think he wants to be here. And I think he might be a malcontent if he's on the team. And I can't imagine reading his tweets from the day we tag him till the day the training camp opens. You know, I just don't want to do it. Right. You know, Breece, don't make me come to your house, okay? So let's do that. Let's all, you know, calm down. Whoever the Jets draft, I'm sure we're all going to love, and we're all going to find something good about them.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to hang up now, Boy Green, because I'm really done with this call. Thank you.
Thank you. God bless. There he is. First time caller, long time listener. There you go. Oh, that was good. That's a legendary call right there. I love that. That was hilarious. Shout out to Carl. I love the community. I love you guys. I love all our different callers here on the show, from Hep to Ricky New York to Johnny to Carl. Man, we have a great group. We have a great community. That is awesome. That's great. Let's go back to the poll. Let's see how you guys are feeling about the poll that we talked about at the beginning of the show. Let's run it back. The Jets are likely to franchise tag running back Breece Hall, according to Zach Rosenblatt of The Athletic. It'll be one of 2 tags, according to Zach, either the non-exclusive or the transition, which we explained earlier. Again, all the details in the article in the YouTube description down below if you guys want to catch up on the story. But the poll question is, do you agree or disagree? It sounds like the Jets are going to do it. So since the Jets are going to do it, do you like it or do you not? Yes, don't create another roster hole, or no, Breece Hall doesn't want to be here. So no, I don't want to tag him. Yeah, I don't like the decision, rather, because the decision, it sounds like the hay is in the barn, so to speak. The hay is in the barn. And by the way, the poll results right now are 69% of you say, yes, don't create another roster hole. I am for the decision to tag him. And by the way, so am I. Okay, I am as well. Today is the start of the window. There's a 2-week window from today, the 17th, through Tuesday, March 3rd. And I agree that the Jets should absolutely, unequivocally franchise tag Breece Hall. He is considered to be one of the best free agents on the market, regardless of position. The number 1 running back, according to multiple free agent big boards. Why would the Jets not prevent that from happening? They have the cap space. They have the money. They have the resources. There's no reason not to tag Breece Hall. There's no reason. And again, if you are like some of in our comment section and say, he doesn't want to be here, then tag and trade him. Find a spot. Say, hey, Breece, if they use the non-exclusive tag, which Zach Rosenblatt believes is on the table, you talk to Breece. Say, hey, Breece, Go talk to teams. You and your agent. Talk to the other 31 teams in the league. Probably not inside the division, but that's neither here or there. So talk to everyone besides them. So talk to everyone in the league and say, hey, are you interested in me? Yes? All right. Cool. And then Breece comes up with like 10 teams or something. Hey, Jets, these 10 teams want me. And the Jets go, cool. The 10 teams call the Jets. And they go one by one through the team. Say, hey, what would you offer? Trade compensation. We'll do a tag and trade. Oh, okay, a fifth. Okay, a fourth. Okay, a third. Okay, a fourth. Okay, a fifth. And you work through all that stuff. Maybe some are creative. They're like, hey, we'll give you a linebacker in this. And some creative trade, perhaps. And then the Jets will say, all right, Breece, these are the teams you wanted to go to. All right. We'll try to do that. Because you may say to yourself, why would you want to send Breece somewhere where he wants to go if he doesn't want to be here? Because while Breece Hall doesn't have a no trade clause, part of what's going to happen is if he gets tagged and traded somewhere, the Chiefs, the Saints, the Washington Commanders, the anywhere, part of the trade will include Breece Hall signing a brand new extension with that team. Someone's not just going to trade for Breece on the tag and keep him on the tag. That would surprise me. But they would trade for him and immediately work out a long-term deal as part of the trade. So Breece Hall has to agree to that extension. So in a way, he almost has a no trade clause, because if the Jets work out trade compensation with the team and Breece refuses to sign an extension with that team ain't giving up the assets to get Breece Hall anymore. So in a way, he sort of controls where he goes. But the good news is it sounds like Breece wants to go to a lot of places, not the Jets. And if that's true, the Jets should find ample opportunity to be able to trade him for a package of assets. That seems to be the case. Let's see. Let's go through some comments here. Alon saying, can't wait to see Breece go for a sixth. Alon, you are going to be so dead wrong, it's not even funny. And for someone that likes being right a lot, I am surprised that this is the hill you're choosing to die on, because I think it's going to be a painful death for you, Alon. It's a painful death. JD Surf City says, who will want him for $14 million? Again, as I just said, he will not play on the tag. Breece Hall is not. The Jets are not going to agree with the deal with the Chiefs. They tag Breece Hall and then trade Breece Hall to the Chiefs, and he plays on that $14 million. That is not going to happen. Never. Not going to happen. What will happen is that Jets and Chiefs, they talk about Breece Hall. Chiefs say we want him. The tag is merely a way to control Breece Hall's rights. It's not about the money. Okay, it's merely to control his rights so you can trade him to the Chiefs, and then the Chiefs signed him to a 3-year deal for $12 million or something, or 11. I don't know what Breece Hall's worth will be. That'll be up to him to determine, I suppose. But yeah, he's not playing on $14 million. He's probably playing on like 10, 11, maybe 12. Like, it won't be the 14. I would be shell shocked if he gets paid $14 million per year. And I know you're referencing the franchise tag. Again, the franchise tag, he won't be playing on that this year. I would be surprised. Let's answer a few more comments before we wrap up the show. Leather helmets. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, Carl is a bedrock foundational OG guy that's been involved in the show for a long time. You guys are having a lot of Carl jokes in here. I'm sure he appreciates us. Let's see. Hop on Pop. A shout out to Hop on Pop. Okay. And Uncle Wendy saying happy hour at 7:30 a.m. My kind of place. There you go. That's the spirit. Nice. Johnny Boy, can we get a snowball call in from Hawaii? Yeah, I'd be jealous, but yeah, sure. He could call if he wants. The phone lines are open to anybody. That is the pinned comment at youtube.com/boygreen25. Again, we'll be live again coming up at 3:00. Boy Green meets Woody. We're going to sort of walk through this tag thing and say, okay, did the Jets tag him and trade him? Because it sounds like a tag's happening. Do you play it out on the tag? Do you sign him to a long-term deal? Do you potentially look at alternative options? The draft, Jeremiah Love, Jadarian Price. Do you go free agency? Do you tag Breece Hall, you work out a trade, you trade him, and then immediately sign another guy? Because that's what happened in Seattle at quarterback. The Seahawks had Geno Smith. They worked out a trade with the Raiders. They worked all this together. All right, Gino's going to Raiders. We're signing Sam Darnold. So they like set it all up. So the Jets, in theory, could set it all up. They could say, "Hey, Chiefs, we'll you give us a 3 for Breece, okay?" And then we talk to the free agent running back, whoever it is, Travis Etienne. I'm just grabbing a random name. Say, "Hey, Travis, okay, we're about to trade Breece Hall in 5 seconds, and we'll sign it. Okay, good, boom, sign, go, bang, sign." So they could work something else like that out. That's possible as well. Very possible to do that. F-Zod to God, 36 says Rams might go Ty Simpson at 13. I could totally see that. They have 2 firsts and they have flexibility. A lot of flexibility with the extra first from that Falcons trade last year. That would make a lot of sense. If I'm the Rams, I would probably do that, regardless of how you feel about Ty Simpson. I mean, you should hopefully feel pretty good if you're taking him 13th overall, but he could be with Sean McVay and be behind Matthew Stafford, the reigning league MVP, for a year at least, maybe 2 years. Yeah, that's if I'm Ty Simpson, I'd love to sign up for that. That's for sure. Mr. Bruno. Oh, here we go. Derek Carr throwing to Tyreek Hill, Garrett Wilson, Adonai Mitchell. We tag Breece. We draft RB Breece. Jets make the playoffs. Boom. Boom. You just solved the New York Jets. We're talking about Bruno. We're talking about Bruno. That's the spirit, baby. Boom. Solved.
Playoffs? Are you talking about the playoffs?
Yeah, there you go. I'm not quite sure. I'm not, Derek Carr, I think, is one of the better quarterback options we have available. We don't have a lot of great options. RB Breece, I'm getting more and more comfortable with it, quite frankly, at number 2 overall. Tyreek Hill, again, I'm not sure if that's the direction I would go. And I don't know if that's the direction Tyreek would go also, which is another important part of it. But that's interesting. All right, I like that. Okay, there you go. For sure. Nangi Boko. I don't want Hill, but that's due to his injury situation, not his personal situations. You don't need choir boys to win games. That's a good way to put it. We used to have the Catholics versus the convicts, right? Nanga? Yeah. Again, that's sort of it for me, too. And maybe, I got to wash my hands after certain games, having that perspective. But again, I root for the green team, and I don't control who the Jets sign or cut or trade or anything. I like talking about it. I like speculating. I like getting insiders on to tell us information, but yeah, I just want to win games. So in my fantasy football teams, I will add any player that will help me win. I don't give a crap what their personal situations are. I do not care. I want to win, and I will win by any means necessary, Nanga. So why wouldn't I do that for my Jets? Johnny Boy says, if he didn't have the crazy injury, it'd be a good conversation to have, but the injury was crazy. Look at Tank Dell's knee. That's a good point. Yeah, Tyreek Hill's leg injury was nasty, and it could compromise some of the 2026 season. Think about it. He got injured at the end of September or early October, whatever that was. So week 4? We had week 5. Dolphins game. There was Monday Night Football. So, yeah, that had to have been 5th, 6th, 7th. Now, that might have been September still, technically, maybe the last day of September. So, yeah, that could totally compromise at least part of 2026. So, that could be an issue. Interesting. Taylor Sterling says, I would rather have Deebo Samuel than Tyreek Hill. Yeah, Deebo, his contract's going to void. So, that's an interesting one. And another NFL in 2022, the Jets heavily pursued Deebo Samuel, and they were unable to strike a trade. So, also interesting. I don't know. He seems kind of broken now, to be honest with you, but we need wide receiver help. So, we tried to get the poor man's version. Remember Malachi Corley? Ah, yes, good times. And yeah, we should have just gotten not the poor man's version of something. We should have just got the real version, apparently. Jets Worldwide says Tanner McKee, Will Levis, Bailey Zappi, The Expendables Part 3. Oh my God. The quarterback conversations are going to be quite a trip this offseason. Nagi Boko again. I don't care about baby mamas. Can you play is a question. Honestly, again, fans can fan how they want. And I know I was just talking about fantasy football, right? I'll add anyone to my team that'll help me win. I have people, I will leave them unnamed. I will leave the innocent unnamed. I had a fantasy football guy who was in our league who refused to add anyone with a personal off the field record because like he didn't feel good about it. All right. I don't care. I'm all about winning, baby. Winning. Let's go back to the phone line.
What's up, BG? I'm in the beast.
Wow, look at this. Look at the colors. Wow. Oh, we are going. A nice fire behind you, toasty. Nice.
Yeah, this is my Jets mobile to go to the Jet games, as you know.
Yeah,
this is the BG special tailgate machine. So
right.
I can't believe
Which,
Alan
by the way,
is
real quick, Lou B, are you back? Are you officially back for the tailgate in 2026, baby?
Of course. That's without saying. That's without saying.
Oh yeah, there you go, baby. But yeah, what about
yeah, I can't believe he's saying that we're only going to get a 6. That's crazy.
I know. What
Alan, that is just poking the bear right there because you know that is not going to happen.
Yeah,
Muji is no joke. We know Muji is no joke. I can't even believe he's saying that.
Yeah, I know.
And even Carl sees that Breece got to go. That's amazing. 100%. I thought Carl, when Carl said, I thought Carl was going to say, he's a Jet, he's such a diehard, right? I figured he would never say that. And even Carl sees that Breece is going to be on Twitter and he's crying nonstop. So you know how it is. I can't wait till this goes on and Alan could finally be wrong.
I know. I've been waiting for that all my life. And this one, I have never been more confident that he's wrong in my life. There is no way Darren Muji trades Breece for a 6, and that's all he could get.
No shot.
I refuse to believe that.
And if he did, it would be with a player also. And he obviously picked some pretty decent players. There's no reason to doubt Muji at all. At all. No, he's the only solid thing that we really have. I feel like in that office that has not let us down, not even once.
Mm-hmm.
We're going into this draft with so many picks. We have a lot of picks, and we have great picks. So I can't wait till he starts trading up and down. It's going to be fascinating. Anyway, Jake posted someone's draft yesterday that I thought was incredible. I don't know if you could pull it up, but it was
on his Twitter account.
No, it was just on his posting, and it was Caleb Downs at 2. I think Mansour Delaney was in there, not at 16. Maybe Caleb Banks at 16, but just like a really incredible defensive draft. And as much as I want offense, I thought that was like I don't know if you can find it, but I was so impressed with that.
I'm trying to find it because I think
I hope
it sounds
we
familiar.
Get that.
Yeah, I think someone may have tagged me. Someone may have tagged me in that. I'm trying to look through my notifications.
It was definitely Caleb Downs at 2.
Yeah,
which I love.
Yeah, that's exciting. That's something I don't think we've talked about enough here on the show, but I think that could totally be in play. Our safeties stink.
How many times did we get blown out on that safety last year? It was incredible. So you can't find it. Sorry, I don't have it up.
Yeah. No, I think no. This is I found another one here, and it's a RB Breece, but no, it was a Caleb Downs one. I know what you're talking about because I saw it somewhere on social media yesterday, but I don't see it right now. I'll try to find it.
Definitely Mansour. It was Caleb Downs for sure. Maybe it was Rodriguez in there too.
Yeah, that sounds.
But it was a really good defensive draft.
Yeah.
But anyway, I just can't wait to see Alan wrong on this one. We're not getting no 6 for Breece. We're definitely coming in stronger than that. You have a good day, BG.
Thanks, Lou B. You're the best, baby. Lou B, Super Jets fan, live from the B Sprinter. Yeah, I wish I could find that mock draft. I saw it yesterday too, but I just went through my notifications, my last 100 notifications, and nothing's in there. But I know someone tagged me in whatever it was. But yeah. Caleb Downs is something we're not talking about enough at 2, second overall. And then I think it was Mansour Delane. I'm trying to think now. Was it PFF? Who had this? I don't know. If anyone knows it, you can feel free to drop it to me. But yeah, it was something like, I'm trying to think now. It was like Caleb Downs at 2, Mansour Delane at 16. It was that Rodriguez guy. I believe it was the McNeil Warren, the safety. I think he was in it too. But either way, whoa, defense is fixed. So another direction to go for sure. Another direction to go. If we, again, I love offense scoring points and stuff, but I mean, all over the place. We need more love, quite frankly. All right, everybody. I want to thank the 300 plus people in the room. This is Boy Green Daily. We are live every single day at 7:30 in the morning, and this is New York Jets all day, every day, baby. YouTube Shorts, live shows, special guests, former players, current players. We've had it all here on the show, baby. Check out the playlist if you don't believe me. Check the receipts. Biggest Boy Green interviews of all time. Mike Greenberg, okay, Robert Griffin III, Tyler Conklin, Lakin Tomlinson. I mean, we've had current players, former Jerko Kachary has been on the show before. Man, we've had a lot of great guests that I'm very proud of. Jeremy Fowler on the program, beat reporters, Rich Samiti, Zach Rosenblatt, Connor Hughes. Oh, man, the guests continue to go. And I'm Field Yates, and I'm excited to add even more special guests, more Infinity Stones to that book for you guys this offseason. So do me a favor on the way out, as you heard Carl say, I should have screenshotted his sign so I could just post the sign over and over again. But hit that like button on the way out. That's a free way to contribute to the show. And thank you to everyone that ever decides to dip into their pockets. That means the world. Lou B, Super Jets fan, Super Chat. Achin Jet fan gifting a membership. Jared B becoming an Espresso Club member. Jake Asman gifting a membership. For the free way to contribute helps, but for anyone in the universe that decides to, again, donate their money to the show in support means the world. Here it is from Lou B, Super Jets fan. Caleb Downs, Peter Wood, CJ Allen, and Mesidor, which, Peter Woods is the interior defense lineman from Clemson. You get Caleb Downs on the back end of the defense. CJ Allen at linebacker. Mesidor is Ruben Bain's running mate in Miami. Like, damn, that would be quite a group if they could get that. Hey, if they go all defense like that, woo-wee, fix that unit right quick, like, baby. And we got a Super Chat shout out before we wrap up the show. Badshaw here.
Wow.
Member for 19 months. Thank you, Badshaw, for your support. Can't wait to see you and the lovely at the tailgate this year. Jerby is 5 foot tall, if anyone was wondering, FYI. I was wondering, and I heard from Philium that a bunch of you guys met up. And I just want to say that before we get out of here. One of the coolest things, and why I can't wait for this, is two things here. First off, we have a big thing that we're working on behind the scenes. I think you guys are going to be super excited about. So there's not much I can tell, but it could launch on March 1st. It could launch even earlier. A massive Boy Green shakeup of massive proportions here on the show. So we're working on it behind the scenes. We got smart people on it. It's going to be pretty cool. So park that one. Okay. Also, we will also have the live tailgate later this year. We're going to pick a Jets home game. We're going to host it. We did it last year. Lou B, Super Jets fan's going to be there. Chef Kevin Gilbert's going to be taking care of the food, which is going to be awesome. And we're going to have a great party with myself and Woody in the parking lot. It's going to be terrific for a Jets game this year. So stay tuned, folks. That's going to be awesome. But the cool thing of that is so many people have called into this show and they've just been in their little boxes, right? You know, I'll go to this version so you guys can see it, right? We're in these boxes, boop, 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 and we just talk Jets. And Jared B will call in, a Badshaw will call in, a Johnny Boy will call in, whoever will call in, and I just see him in that box, and that's all I see. And then that we've developed such a relationship with Philium and Indy and all these people doing it in. And going through this, and to do this and then get to meet each other in person was like one of the most surreal experiences ever this past year. So I can't wait. I absolutely cannot wait to do it again this year. And anywho, the reason why all that came up is Philium told me a bunch of you guys in Florida got together that are Boy Green Coffee Club members, and that the only reason they got together or met was because of the show, and now they're meeting of their own accord. And that just makes me a proud papa, which is sort of a weird way to describe that relationship, but nonetheless, it's just sort of a proud, like, damn, that's so cool that you guys are all meeting in person from this show. You're all like, hey, let's meet up in Florida. Hey, let's meet up in Nashville. Hey, let's meet up in North Carolina. Like, that's the coolest thing of all time. So, man, that's so cool. So I appreciate that. Let me see. I think I just got a photo here to share. Let me see if I can get this quickly here on the show. Let me see this photo being sent in. Oh, look at these guys. Hey. Nice. Okay, let me save this photo and see if I can get it live on the show here. Hang on tight, everybody, before we dip. Badshot just gave me some photo evidence to share here on the show. All right. Here we go. Let's send this through. Okay, there's a Philium here. All right, let's get this photo. Let's get this photo. Okay, let me see. I have a photo to share to you guys before we hit the dip button. And again, we'll be back live at 3 o'clock for Boy Green meets Woody. So we have more coming for sure. But here's a picture. Let's get this picture from Badshaw from the Discord. Again, another big reason to go on the Discord for sure. Let's throw this up. Let's throw this up right now here on the program. Okay, so here's the picture. Here's the picture. Look at this. Boom! Here is the photo evidence, baby. Here's the photo evidence. He says Jared B is standing on a stool in the pic I sent you because there's Badshaw there in the middle, there's Philium on the left, and Jared B, which, by the way, I'm getting a lot of Nick Shine vibes. I'm going to be honest. I don't know if anyone else sees that. A lot of Nick Shine vibes there on the far right. But it is crazy cool to see everybody. Jared B claiming he's the guy on the far left. Yeah. I could totally see that. And then I see that this was one of those occasions where buttons down, huh? A few buttons down as the drinks were rolling. Okay, I see that Philium and Badshaw went with no undershirt. They showed some skin. Jared B was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna put a shirt on under there." Okay, there you go. All right. Okay, beautiful. Look at you guys. Oh, nice burgers. Oh, look at the food action happening here. Some French fries, very nice. Are they at a Chili's? Where are they? I don't know the restaurant, but either way, some good food and good times and people meeting up. Again, that's the coolest thing. I'm never going to forget that, the first tailgate. And hopefully, like I said, we could keep having these memories every single year of everyone all coming together. And a good question from Jets Worldwide, by the way. Did they all share that burger and fries that's on the table? Not a lot going on there. Not a lot going on there. So interesting. But, folks, I want to thank you so much for joining us here on Boy Green Daily. Thanks to the 300 in the room. Again, the Jets are to tag Breece Hall. Good news, bad news. Hey, we're going to talk about it. I agree with the decision by the New York Jets, the green and white. Make sure you guys like the video again on the way out. Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, baby. We just searched over 8,380 gosh darn subscribers here on YouTube, which I'm very humbled and blessed by as we make a chase to 10,000. We're going to get there. I know it. Some point. Let's keep it growing. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in, and we'll see you in a little bit, in a couple hours. Thanks, everybody. Take care.